What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Nichols YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and today we're looking over the deck that I played this last weekend, which is Seismitoad-Crobat, and I actually won 2 cities with it, both in Expanded in 2 different states. One was in Arkansas, and one was in Missouri. Every time I say Missouri, I just want to say St. Louis, Missouri, like it's his own state. But 1-1 in Sherwood, Arkansas, and 1-1 in St. Louis, Missouri. So 2 different states, 2 totally different metas. But Seismitoad-Crobat proved to be a win. And down below, there will be an article eventually. I know it's probably not there early when this video comes out on the 24th when it comes out. Oh, Christmas Eve! Merry Christmas Eve, guys. First of all, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve. I guess that's what you say. If not, season greetings, whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays, you know. There'll be an article down below. It talks a lot more. It goes in more depth about the matches I played and how you can beat different decks and what you do to beat those decks. It's definitely a lot. It's an in-depth article. It's taking me a little while to write because I'm trying to remember all the matchups and how they went. Just a quick rundown. I played against Day 1 an Yveltal, a Manectric Vileplume deck, an Yveltal Archestoys, which that was my one loss of the day. Then a Wobbuffet-Crobat. Then we played against Archestoys in top 4. We beat that. And then we played against a Vespiquen. We beat that. And like I said, we discussed in the article how you beat all those decks. I'm not going to explain it right now. Then day 2, we played against an Yveltal deck. Then we played against Andrew Wamball, playing a Seismitoad Giratina Latios. And he missed the donk turn 1. And we pulled out the win. Round number 3 was that Sarah's game? Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, Archestoys deck, and we beat that. They played against Sarah, and Sarah Beck was playing the Donphan deck, and we actually lost to that deck. Round 5, we played against a it's mainly like a Zoroark deck, but it's Yveltal Zoroark, and it focused heavily on Zoroark. And in the last round, we played against Michael Hopkins playing a Vespiquen deck, and we ID'd to make us both into cut. I know I've had people ask me what ID means. It means to intentionally draw. And Pokemon, you can tie, and it still gives you a point. The way the game works, or Pokemon works, is every time you get a win, you get 3 points. Every time you get a tie, you get 1. And every time you get a loss, you get 0. So the way you make cut is you have to have X amount of points to, whoever has the most points makes it into cut. And when I say we ID, we both tie, so that we both make it to cut. Because I think if me and Michael played it out, one of us lose, the other does not make it into cut. But I know Michael definitely wanted me to cut because he played a Vespiquen deck. And Vespiquen thinks they have a good matchup against Toadbats, and in the article I explained why it's not such a good matchup. Then in top 8, we play against the Yveltal. It's an Yveltal Glade deck. I never saw Archeops. We win that one, and second game we play against Sarah. So it's really funny because in both days the deck we lose to we play against in top 4. So I played against a Donphan deck once again. That's Sarah. We beat that, and then we play against Archestoys, which we beat early in the game, and we probably should have lost that game. And if you want to hear one of the craziest comebacks in Game 3, I know he will say it himself, that was just a crazy. I just got super lucky and actually decked out the Archestoys player, and I never Quake Punched once during the whole. I never announced Quake Punch in Game 3. And we still won, so it's very crazy. He even got a turn 1 Kyogre to knock out double Zubats, and we still won by deck out. So there you go. And that was the match. We won. We got I showed you earlier in the very main deck Monday. I showed you the 2 mats, and still have them sitting right next to me. They haven't moved because I haven't done anything. They're just sitting right here, just chilling. But there we go. And Seismitoad-Crobat, it's a very straightforward deck. If you don't know, Seismitoad has Quake Punch, does 30 damage. Grenade Hammer does 130, 30 damage to your bench Pokemon. You have the Crobats and Golbats math to actually help do math. Oh, actually, shout out to Brett Pybass and Mies Brinkemeyer. I think that's how you say Mies' last name. They actually helped me a lot with the deck list. And another thing, too, in the article, I show you my original list, and then I talk to friends, and then I show you how I evolved my list into a new list. And without them, this would not have been possible, especially for Brett, because he gave me the idea of the 2. He didn't give me the idea, he told me to play 2 Sonic Labs. And it seems really good. Mewtwo's in there for crazy Yveltals, or just whenever, Mewtwo's just a good attacker. Dedini's in there to knock out big Yveltal EXs. Like, usually Seismitoad's scared of Yveltal EX, But if they get too crazy turn 1, you go, alright, Dedenne, show them who's boss, and you go energy short for knockout, does 20 damage, times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, but then you got Muscle Band, lasers to manipulate the damage, 2 Shaman to draw stuff, 1 computer search for consistency, 4 lasers, so you flip a coin if heads, the active Pokemon is now asleep, if tails, it's still poison. It's auto poison, but if heads, it's asleep. 1 Super Rod to get back in Golbats or Seismitoad. 4 Super Scoop Ups, which is definitely the make or break of the deck. If you flip heads, you win. Tails, you lose. And a lot of people say, you know, if you flip heads, you win. Like that's how the deck works. And if you flip tails, you lose. Against Sarah Beckwith, she can even say, I flipped all 4 tails, and if I flipped 1 heads, the game would have been dramatically different, because I could have picked up a Toad with like 160 damage on, I think what it was. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker, 1 AZ, 1 Course, 1 Getsus, which is definitely MVP. The card is really, really good in this deck, and a lot of people aren't playing it, and I really, really do like this. In the article, I tell you how to beat Yveltal with Getsus. So once the article drops, I promise you want to check it out. Your opponent reveals his or her hand and shuffles all item cards found there into his or her deck. Then you draw a number of cards equal to the number of item cards your opponent shuffled into their deck. 1 Lysander, 3 in, 4 Sycamore. You can cut this for Juniper if you want to. 1 Xerosic, 2 Silent Lab, shuts down all basic Pokemon's abilities, and 2 Verbank, so your poison does 20 more damage, 30 total. 2 Muscle Band, 4 DC, and 3 Water Energies. If you have any questions about the list, let me know down below. I don't want to go in too depth into it. It's a fairly straightforward deck. You know, Quake and Punch does X amount of damage. They can't play item cards. You use Golbat and Crobat to manipulate the damage. You got the Laser Verbank. You got the Dedenne and Mewtwo for tech cards. You got the AZ, Getsus, it's Xerosic for the tech supporter cards. But besides that, it's kind of a straightforward Sideshow deck. It's kind of like the one, I think we saw Michael Pramawat win one with a fairly close list. It might be a couple cards off. But, you know, 2 Silent Labs is definitely clutch. I do really like the Getsus a lot. 1 card you could probably put in here if you want to against Vessel Queen is Enhanced Hammer. I know Britt was telling me to play 1, but I opted not to play 1. I thought the Xerosic was fine. But hopefully enjoy this video, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, he's playing a Sneaky Colossal, playing a Dark Psychic deck, and Dark and Psychic. I'm not really sure what that combo is. We lost the coin flip, say they are going first, and they're choosing who they wants to go first. I imagine they're going to go first. So opponent's turn, and let's see what we can get into. Turn. Okay, we got no basic Pokemon, and oh man, it looks like it's going to be a Sableye-Garbodor deck. All right, so let's see what happens. We both shove our hand back into our deck, draw 7 new cards. This is going to be a very interesting matchup for sure. Let's see. We're going to start with Zubat. And that's all we're going to start with. And you're going to be like, why are you doing that? Well, he mulliganed, and he showed me Life Dew and Crushing Hammers, which makes you think he is playing the Sableye-Garbodor deck, like I said. So press done. And I don't want to put the Toad down, because they play head ringers. So you don't want to put those down straight away. You want to kind of keep those in your hand as long as you can. They receive Bridget or Brigetti. Probably going to get down some Sableye, some Trubishes, which we do see right there. And let's see, if he gets a Floatstone down right now, then we're going to be in trouble. But if he whiffs it, we're going to be A-okay. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. Because this Trubbish is going to be stuck in the active spot. He has no way to retreat it if he doesn't have a Floatstone right now. Okay, so we're looks like we're going to be good to go. We'll put down a Toad. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Double Water. We might be discarded Xerosic, but I want to keep that in the hand. We'll get another Zubat down. Putting the Zubat down, put down Shebe, drawn up to 4. You probably should discard the Xerosic because we can first seek it for later. Muscle Band on this guy. We're going to Muscle Band the Shaman as well. And then we will Coerce for 6. He really didn't play anything the last turn, so we need a DCE. And we get down a Laser. Okay, heads, so he's asleep. We'll play Super Scoop Up, trying to pick up the Shaman, Tails, but then we get Shebe, drawing 3 more cards, and we need the DCE, and we'll put down Dedenne. We'll play Super Scoop Up, heads, pick up Shebe, put it back down, drawing 2 more cards, come on DCE, and we whiffed it. Alright, cool, that's great. I guess we will put down Silent Lab, and we'll pass. Yep, that's all. Oh, man, we whiffed it. I mean, that happens sometimes, and we see the Trubbish wakes up, but does my opponent... Oh, man, I can't believe we whiffed a DC. We drew through 27 cards in our deck. Or, no, not 27. Then we see Headringer go down to Shaman. Okay. We see the Garbodor coming down. But does he have the Flowstone go around? Okay, there's a Hard Charm going down onto it. Now, that might be a crucial mistake right now, because we could Lysander the Garbodor and start just Quake Punch it, make it stuck in the active spot, but we see our opponent just pass. Okay, alright, on to our turn. We could Lysander up right now, but I don't know what that does for us. I think it's fine regardless. We'll bring him up, and then we will pass as well. But next turn we can Verse Seeker for colors, draw 7 cards, and then maybe get a Toad or a DC and start punching. This is a very weird matchup. Like, neither one of us has really anything. Huh. Alright, so on to our turn. Let's see what we get. We can Ultra Ball, discard double Sycamore, and we won't get anything. I'm just trying to, like, not have as many cards in our deck. We're going to conserve the Golbat as well. We're going to grab a Colress, and we're going to Colress for 9, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the Colress. And we whiff, so we're going to put a Water Energy on this guy. And we're going to cry, because I hope all my DC... I didn't even check to see if DCs are prized. But, man, this is like stuff that shouldn't happen is what's happening. We're going to see an end for our opponent, which is great for us, because our hand is horrible. Like, we really don't have anything. So we're going to shuffle our hand back into our deck, draw 6 new cards, and thank you, DCE! Thank you for coming out to play. We see a laser coming down. Heads, put a Zubat to sleep, but I don't care. We got Golbat. We see another Garbodor coming down. We see a Verbeck City Gym coming down. And 30 for Poison, but I don't care anymore. Okay, we stay asleep, but we are going to Zerosic this Hard Charm. Put down Golbat. We're actually going to put it onto a Sableye. We're going to try and knock out the Sableyes while we can. Put 20 there. DC this guy. Retreat into Toad. And then we're going to Quack for 30, or for 50. Alright, there we go. 50 damage to the Garbodor. We probably should have got down another... Well, we couldn't really discard anything. That's fine. That's fine. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, no. What did he say? He said there's no better feeling than when you're playing a bad deck and bump into a streamer. No, your deck is good. Like, this deck is really, really good. Like, it is really, really good. Like, like, it is a really, really good deck. Like, we're just having really bad starts. There we see another Sableye coming down. We see another Dark Energy go down to it, and a pass on our opponent. We are going to Crobat. 30 on this guy. Oh, he doesn't play Shebay in his deck. Yeah, that's probably a big mistake. We're gonna shuffle in a Ultra Ball, Laser, and a Flowstone, so we're gonna get 3 cards. Alright, and then we can Super Scoop up, trying to pick up the Crobat line, and we do, so we can pick up the Crobat. Putting that down, put down Golbat, put 20 on the Sableye, take a knockout. Alrighty. I mean, he does have N in his hand, but I think we're gonna be fine regardless. We'll draw a Sycamore, and then we'll punch, taking a knockout. And next turn, he does have the N that he could play. So we'll go down to 4 cards. Alright. And we get another Zubat, which is really not that useful. We'll see a Sableye coming up. Now, the good thing is, he doesn't have a life due down. So we really don't have to worry about that. We're going to see an N go down to 4 cards. Now, the big question is, how many Team Flagrants and Zerosics does he play? That's the big question. We get 4 new cards. There's a Toad, some Ns, and then we're going to see a Confused Ray. Alright, so this is how you kind of like... Oh, he flipped tails. Alright, so that's good for us. Alright, we get a Verbeck City Gym, but we're just going to play an N, going down to 4. We just need to hit a Laser. Alright, or we can hit a Golbat, and that could work as well. So we'll put down Golbat. Put 20 to the active. And that's like I said earlier, the way you kind of beat this deck is you want to use Confuse Ray. And if you can flip heads and then we flip tails, then you break the lock, which is what you want to see. So we see 50 damage to the Sableye. We take a prize card going down to 3. There's a Crobat coming down. Alright, that's good. That's good for us. Sableye come up. Of course, like I would not see the Garbodor coming up. Then the Sableye come down for my opponent. And they receive Confused Ray. Let's see his luck on the side or not in heads. So Toad is confused. Alright, so they're going to come down to some confusion flips. We're going to put Crobat down. And 30 to the yeah, 30 to the active. And let's see. All right, we're just gonna Verse Seeker for a course, and we gotta hit a Super Scoop of heads. Like that's really our only option, or flip heads with the when we attack. So we'll course, getting 7 new cards. Let's see what do we get. There's a laser and a Verbank, so you could knock out the Sableye. Well, we're going to knock out the Sableye regardless. So we're gonna put Crobat down. 30 to let's do it to this guy, and then it'll play a laser. And then we are going to punch. Okay, so heads, he's asleep as well. Man, this is like, I've never seen Confusion asleep at the same time, but so today's the day. We're going to Quake Punch, and let's see what happens in heads. Confusion, go away. Alright, so 50 damage. We draw another prize card. And, alright, we go down to 2 prize cards. So, Super Scoop Up, alright, that's what we need for next turn. Sableye come up as well. And, alright. Alright, there's a Dark Energy come down. I think it's a dangerous energy. I want to say bad energy every time I see that, because I think that's what it's called in Japan. So, alright, and it's going to come down to, well, he can't confuse right. Then we're going to see a Lysander, bring it up Shebe. Is this the one with the head ringer? It is the one with the head ringer. Alright. So, once again, it's going to come down to Confusion, or not Confusion, Super Scoop Up. If we flip heads, we're going to pretty much win the game. I mean, there's nothing my opponent can really do after that. So we see a laser and a heart charm, and let's see what happens. We got a Verse Seeker, but I don't think AZ's in the discard pile. If it was, that'd be really, really good. So we're going to Super Scoop Up. Come on, Super Scoop Up. Don't let us down. And oh, no. Alright, we're going to Laser. Alright. And then a Heads. So it's asleep. We're going to Ultra Ball, discard Verbank and an N. We're going to grab something out of the deck just to discard it. Probably another Toad. That seems fine. And we're going to Sycamore, and let's see, do we hit it a DCE and or another Super Scoop Up? And we got the DCE, so we can put it on the active, retreat into the Toad, discard the DCE, press done. Now if we had Team Aqua Secret Base, it'd be a totally different, no it wouldn't. This Team, I think Team Aqua Base plus 1. So Dangerous Energy hits us for 20, and they'll take a prize card, going down to 1. Now, we're pretty much, like, won this game, unless our opponent has something really cute. We'll find out for sure. And we see it pass our opponent. In our turn, we will laser, and then we'll Quake a Punch and knock it out. Hey, good game, bud. Alright, so we'll Quake a Punch, do an 80 damage, take a knockout on the Garbodor, and there you go. I mean, my opponent didn't really have anything, though. Like, we didn't see a Zerosic at all. We didn't see a Team Flare Grunt. We really, oh man, it's just such a bad draw for our opponent. But there we go. The Seismitoad-Crobat deck taking a win against the Sableye-Garbodor deck. Now, things could go totally different if he plays like a bunch of Zerosics and Team Flare Grunts. He can easily win this game if he can constantly draw into them. And but there we go. We take a win against Sableye-Garbodor deck. But don't worry, we'll play one more game with the Sableye, or not with Sableye. We'll play another game with the Seismitoad-Crobat deck, and we'll see what happens in the next game. Alright, opponent against Herish. I'm not sure how to say his name at all. Alrighty, we'll call heads like always. No, we lost the coin flip. Oh well, whatever. They're choosing who goes first, and then hey, blinking Wi-Fi icon. Thanks for showing up to the party. I didn't miss you. Well, we'll start Dudini. There's no real point to put down Shebe. We want to keep it, and we'll press done, unless he gets down to Latios, Muscle Band, Burbank, Double Dragon Energy. Okay, it looks like it's going to be another Sableye-Garbodor deck, because that's the good Trubbish. We see Bundle being the active spot. We see an Ultra Ball getting down, discarding a Verse Seeker and an N, probably getting down a Shebe coming down. All right, looks like we're gonna see 2 games with what is it? With the good old the Sableye-Garbodor deck. But we'll see what happens this time around. See Shaman drawn to 6, and let's see what else. Does the Bundle have 60 HP? It does. Nice. I like that it has 60 HP. I do like that a lot. Alrighty, let's see what happens. What, man, did we top deck a Toad? Come on, Toad, right now! That's a gets us. Alright, so we're gonna laser. Come on, heads. Yep, nope. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can Shaman for 1. Yes. Hmm. What to do? We could get this and hit 6. Yeah, let's get this. YOLO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 5 cards. Alrighty. So it's left them with only an N. Come on, Shebe. Okay, not Shebe. Seismitoad. So we'll Ultra Ball, discard a Sycamore and a Crobat. No. Yes. Alright, so we need Toad. Come on, Toad. Don't let us down. Alright, so there's Mr. Toad himself. Alright, we need to flip heads with the Super Scoop Up. We'll put down Toad, DCE, Muscle Band. Come on, Super Scoop Up. Don't let us down. Yes! And we can pick up Dedenne, send up Toad, and we will put down Silent Lab and Quack. Boom! The only thing we're missing was... no, we knocked it out, actually. Yep. There we go. There we go. Putting our opponent in a weird situation. Alright, so take a prize card, any prize card. Getting an end, but we know our opponent is going to end us. The only card in his hand was an end. So, unless he top decks his Rosic right now. Alright, oh my goodness, there's his Rosic top deck that I was talking about. Alright, on to our turn. We get a laser. We can play the DCE. And we are going to Verseeker for Sycamore. Alrighty. Grab a Sycamore. And we know his only card in his hand was a good old end. So with Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Give me a Zubat! That's not what we needed. But we got another DC for the next turn, but he's going to, of course, play that in his hand. Unless he top decks another Team Flagrant or Xerosic, then he would definitely play that instead. We go down to 4 prize cards. Verseeker, okay. And we see Shebe coming up in the action spot. And let's see what happens. And there's the end I was talking about. My opponent's going to go down to 6 prize cards. Or both going to get 6. Or we're going to get 4, and he's going to get 6 cards in their hand. Alrighty, let's see what we get. There's a Burbank, a Sycamore, and a Concession for our opponent. So there we go. We'll put that game in there real quick too. And you can see, like, a lot of people say Sableye-Garbodor is a bad matchup. I don't know why. Like, my opponent didn't get down any Sableyes. But I don't. It seems like it's a good matchup. A lot of people say it's a bad matchup. But there's 2 games against Sableye-Garbodor. I'll get another game that's not against Sableye-Garbodor. But we'll see another game with this deck here in a second. Alright, we're putting against GAET 1140, playing a all fighting deck. Just straight fighting, which makes me think it's Donphan. I'm not really sure what else it could be. Maybe like Landorus, Lucario. That could work as well. And oh my goodness, this hand is pretty bad. No Toad. We do have 3 lasers though, so that's always good. We get 6 prize cards, and there's a Hololucher. Alright, well, we'll play Laser. Like I said, it makes me think it is Toad. Heads. We'll put a DC on the active. And the reason why we're doing this is so we have a way to retreat. And or you can play Super Scoop Up, take a Mewtwo. But we really don't get anything. We'll put down a Verbeek City Gym, and we will pass. Like, this is not a great turn at all. But, okay, the Hololucha does wake up, which means Flying Press could do 6, 8, 10, 12. It can do maximum of 120 damage. There we see a Level Ball. There's the Fanfy. Alright, so it is a Donphan deck. Now, we want to try to, obviously, every matchup, you want to get the turn to Quake Punch as quickly as possible. But you want to, in this matchup, a lot, because you want to make sure your opponent cannot play their Robo Subs. We see another Hololucha coming down as well. We see a Strong Energy going down to it. And we're going to see retreat the Hololucha to the new Hololucha. And do they have a supporter card? Yes, they have a Juniper. A Jupiter. Discard their hand, drawing 7 new cards. And let's see, do they get one of those Robo Subs down? There's a Muscle Band, another Fanfy. And oh man, this is this is actually, you know, some people think this is like an auto win. Like, yes, Toad just beats his deck, you could do it. But it actually is somewhat of a hard matchup. We play a Laser. And, man, do we play... we want to conserve our cards. So we're going to play Verseeker. Man, but if we whiff... Oh, no. Man, what do we do? We're Yellow Sycamore. We have to hit some Pokemon. I guess the more yellow route would be. Oh man, well we get it. Well, don't put Shebe down. Well, Muscle Band, Shebe, drawing two, or drawing one. Super Scoop Up. Heads, pick up Shebe. Okay, put it back down. Shaman for two, right? Three? No, just one again. What am I thinking? There's a Toad. Okay, good. So we got the Toad. DCE. We will retreat into the Toad, and we will X-Ball. Alrighty, so there we go. We got an X-Ball, or not X-Ball, a Quake and Punch, and does he stay asleep or not? It's the big question. And no, he wakes up. Alright, well, it does happen. Alright, now this is actually really bad, because the Halalucha can punch us, do a lot of damage, and we've already played 2 Super Scoop Ups. No, just one. Okay, that's good. So double Donphan come down. We see a Lysander bringing up Mewtwo, and he's going to take a knockout this turn. But I don't know what's in his hand is the big question. Let's find out. We'll get to this turn. We'll find it together. What's in his hand? He takes another 30 damage, and he actually gets knocked out because of poison, which is great. Now, who will he send up is the big question. We get another Toad, which we don't want to put down, and we see a Halalucha come up. So we're going to get this, and let's see what those 4 cards are. Muscle Band and a Silent Lab. So we know he's going to end us next turn. We get a Zubat down. We'll play the... Do we play Laser? How many lasers have we played? 2 already. Such a weird thing, because if we play... Like, we want to save our lasers so we can knock out Donphan. Yeah, let's play the laser. I'm more scared of Halalucha than I am of Donphan, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll just Quake and Punch for 30. We'll take a knockout because of the poison. I wish we had a Muscle Band. That'd be like obviously the better play. So we'll go down to 4 prize cards. We both have 4 each. We have a Zubat, so there we go. But we know he has an N in hand, but we know he doesn't have an energy. Or does he have energy? I can't remember. I know it's 2 N, and I can't remember the other card was. Okay, Silent Lab, that's what it was. Okay, so Silent Lab comes down, which is fine with me. And we're going to see an N, unless he top deck like a Lysander. Let's see. Does he go for the N? So we know he has 2 N's in his hand. What is that 3rd card is the big question, and we don't know. It's just going to be an N. Going to shuffle their deck into the deck and draw 4. We get 4 as well, but we have the capability of playing like Verse Seekers and stuff like that. There's a strong energy, so it gets that strong energy off that N. So he's going to spin a turn for 60. And let's see who he decides to send up. That's a big question. So instead of the other Donphan, onto our turn. What do we get? A Muscle Band. Oh no, man. We're gonna put Muscle Band down. I want to use this for sure. We'll Ultra Ball, discard in, and a Super Scoop Up, which I really don't want to, but we need to get more bats down. That's definitely the better play. So we'll get another Zubat. Put Zubat down, and we are going to Sycamore, discard our hand, and draw 7 new cards. Alright, there's double Golbat. So put a Golbat down, put 20 on this guy on the back. And then we will Quake and Punch for 100. Now, if he doesn't get an energy to attack this turn, we can put down Crobat, take a knockout on this guy, put down Golbat, and take a knockout on this guy, taking 2 prize cards next turn, which is obviously really, really great. It's what you want to do against these non-EX decks. So you want to take as many prize cards as you can in one turn, and the Crobats and Golbat actually help you do that. Now, the big question, does he have a supporter card? Does he have an energy? He's already played 3. He probably plays like 7 fighting, like 4-3. There's a fighting energy coming down, so we will see a spinning turn, doing just 40, bringing us up to 100. Now let's see who he decides to send up. He sends up to Fanfi, which is I actually don't want him to send that up. But we top deck the computer search, which is really, really good. So let's think about this. We can Lysander up this Donphan and take the double knockout, like I said. So put the Crobat down. Crobat down. Oh, Crobat down there. There we go. I was like, what's going on? Put it on the Fanfi, or the Donphan there. Take a 30 that way. Taking a knockout. Drawing a price card. Oh, we get the Lysander as well. So we'll put the Golbat down here. Put 20 on this guy. And then we'll Lysander him up. And we will Wake and Punch for the knockout. And there we see a big screen. for my opponent. So there you go. Even like I said, the thing about Donphan, it definitely depends how many Halaluchas and how many Robo Subs get down turn 1. We didn't see my opponent even use Karina, but it's just such like it is like a favorable matchup. But we know that it can that Donphan can beat us. When I was playing a Swiss this deck, Sarah Beckwith, I think it's her last name. Don't quote me on that. I know it's Sarah, and I want to say it's Beckwith. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. She actually beat me in Swiss with this deck. Haluchas just went crazy against me. So that was fun. Oh, yeah, it's Beckwith. I was right, yeah, Beckwith. Look at me remember stuff. But she did beat me in Swiss with it. So it is possible. It is very possible to beat the Seismitoad deck with Haluchas. Like, you just go Halucha, 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 and hitting me for 100 every turn. If I flip Super Scoop Up Tails, I'm going to lose the game. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video with the Seismitoad-Crobat deck. We played against two Sableye-Garbodor decks, which is probably one of the most hyped decks right now. It's getting a lot of strength. And Seismitoad-Crobat is probably one of my favorite decks in this format right now. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye. Alright, putting it Synthrill, playing a Psychic Lightning deck, and they do have the advantage. So we'll see what happens. We'll call heads like always. No! We lost the coin flip. We lost the last time and we still won. But Psychic Lightning, I'm not sure what kind of combo that is. But we'll find out together. And oh no! Oh no, Star, what are you doing, buddy? We're not supposed to start with you. Oh no. Okay, there's a Pumpkaboo. Alright, we're gonna laser. And we just gotta hope. We just gotta hope. Oh, what do we do? Oh man, we're going to pass. We'll put a water energy on the active and we'll pass. Oh, Shaman, you're probably gonna get knocked out. All he needs is a DCE, Dimension Valley, and 2 Battle Compressors. We'll see what happens. The Trainer Smell getting the... Oh, there's Battle Compressor number 1. Alrighty. Imagine this will put some Lampets in the discard pile, for sure. Okay. No, great. Another Trainer Smell Battle Compressor. The Battle Compressor number 1. Oh no, this could be bad real quick. Thanks Pokemon for having that good animation. Not animation, that good shuffle. There's 3 Lampets. We see another Battle Compressor. Discard another Lampet and some. Oh, he could knock us out with Joltik. Oh no! Well, I'm glad he didn't start with Joltik because we would have been really bad because all he needs is a DCE and like 3 Pokemon to the discard pile. We see the Battle Compressor discarding 3. We see a Sycamore. Does he get the DCE and the Dimension Valley? There's a Dimension Valley DCE, and I guess we lost. And a Muscle Band. And a Night March. Quack.